Hello, my name is Demetria. I'm 43 years old. I live in the Mississippi area. This is my first time doing a YouTube video or any social media video, with that being said. But I'm coming on here because I found it helpful to search the web to get information on ankle fusion surgery. So I wanted to share my experience in hopes that it would help someone else as well. I'm still going through the recovery period is right now as we speak. But I just wanted to kind of share my views and share my thoughts and share my experience. So first off, in 2023, I had a car accident where it led to me breaking. Both my ankles were broken in the accident. Recovered in a hospital for 3 weeks. Was in a wheelchair for over 3 months. Had to learn how to walk over again. The accident pretty much shattered my right ankle. They had to do some extensive surgeries in order for me to keep my ankle. So it was pretty bad off. Lost a lot of cartilage in it. So I did physical therapy. The hopes were for me to, start walking, and which I did. Physical therapy was great. My physician was great. My surgeon was great. My orthopedic doctor, he's amazing. So he did speak of possibly having surgery early on, but we didn't think it would be this soon because this is 2024. So my orthopedic doctor is not the same orthopedic surgeon who did my surgery when I was in the hospital, because that was the trauma surgeon. So he didn't get a chance to really just kind of look in depth of my ankle. So he knew it was bad off, but he didn't know that it was this bad. So I finished my physical therapy. That was pretty much all that they could do for me at the time. So every day I got up and I walked. I got up and I walked walked with pain. There's arthritis that was there. So he wanted to go in. Well, he asked me the question as far as sooner or later, because he had a chance to do an X-ray, and he saw that pretty much, he said that everything was kind of smashed together on my ankle. Everything was kind of just sitting on top of each other. And so he said, well, eventually you'll have to have surgery. Your ankle will let you know when you're ready. I said, well, I think I'm ready. Because every morning I woke up in pain. Most days, some days were better than others. My mind was like, the more I walk, the better it get. But the more I walked, the worse it got. So he first went in because my numbers were high. So he didn't want to risk, when my numbers were high for infection. So he didn't want to run the risk of me having infection going in. So he wanted to go in to, of course, do like an exploratory surgery. So he went in and did like a debridement, if I'm saying that correctly. And kind of explored the ankle to see what it looked like. So he went into the same area that they went in to do the ankle fusion. He went in and he saw the cartilage. Most of my cartilage was either bad, filled with arthritis, or there was no cartilage there. There was some bone spurts. He said that it was just pretty bad in there. So he did clean out the area. There was no infection. It was just inflamed. That was the reason why my numbers were high. So I did have to recover from that surgery. That surgery was on April the 9th. I was non-weight bearing as well with that one. So I had to recover from that one as well. And my ankle fusion on my right ankle was on June the 17th, excuse me. So leading up to the surgery, I still was non-weight bearing. Well, I was walking, but it was painful to walk, being that I already was in pain. But then I had surgery, so having to go through that again, that just put a lot of strain and stress on the ankle that was already bad. So I was still kind of walking with in my boots, walking boot with a crutch, going into surgery. So the surgery was the same day. It was an outpatient surgery. I didn't have to get admitted to the hospital or stay overnight. So I just had, my family to drive me up. got prepped and ready for the surgery. I'm sorry I didn't get any footage of that because I didn't really know for sure if I was going to do this video or not. But I didn't want to be selfish with my experience because YouTube videos help me going through this. So I just wanted to share mine. So going into the surgery, of course they get you ready. Everything kind of moved quickly. Get you admitted for that same day, to get me admitted for that same day surgery. So I went in, they got me ready, got my blood pressure, did all of that. I did have a nerve block on that day as well. So it was general anesthesia. So I went in, went under. And so what he did is he went into the same incision on top of my ankle that he went in previously for the ankle surgery that I had on April the 9th. He did 2 small incisions in my leg. He did an incision on the back of my ankle and an incision in my foot. So I had pretty much about, I think, 6 incisions that he did on my ankle. So it was, I felt pretty good after surgery. The nerve block, I was in pain that day. I was in pain that entire week. So it was pretty painful for me that week, even though I did have the nerve block. I was on oxycodone, 5 milligrams. So I did take that, and I took Tylenol. After the first week, it was pretty good. He just told me he wanted me to keep it elevated, get rest. All of that was very important for me. In order for, of course, my ankles to fuse. She didn't want me getting any moisture in. I came out immediately with a splint. And I can show you the splints. I can do that. So give me just a moment while I do that and turn that around so you can see. And I think I'm doing it correctly. Give me just a moment. Well, I'm just going to turn it. So that is the splint that I had. And so I did go for my post-op on this past Friday. I think that was July the 5th. So on July the 5th, I went in for my post-op. And everything looked great. I didn't get any x-rays. He said my incisions look well. But I didn't get my stitches taken out. He wanted to keep them in for a little bit longer. My orthopedic doctor does that. He did that with my previous surgery. He kept my stitches in a little bit longer. And I appreciate that. And so I go back on July the 19th in hopes with the stitches to get out. Put me in a boot. So I will give you all an update after July the 19th. Toodles. Wish me luck.